It's time for another edition of Authors Behaving Badly. All right. I'm trying to get this in the right spot so I don't have to hold it too far. All right. So this week, there was a big kerfuffle about NaNoWroMo, which I can't even spit out. NaNoWroMo is short for National Novel Writing Month, which, as most of you probably are aware, throughout the month of November, a lot of people set out to write a novel. Now, in order to write a novel in 30 days, you have to produce 1,700 words. Now, what started on the internet in, I believe it was 1998, I first heard about it somewhere around 2001. I've only attempted it a couple times myself and not done very well. Although I did actually produce something like 30,000 words in 2010. Produced a completely unpublishable novel, but some of my friends read it and they kind of enjoyed it, so we'll see. I've always had this mind to pull it out again, and with the 90s becoming in vogue again, I might actually pull it out and see if there's a market for it, but who knows, right? Anyway, NaNoWroMo. So it started as a loose collective and then a message board, and now it's an organization with probably hundreds of thousands of members. It's got a board of directors. And every year you can, you sign up that you're doing this, and then at the end of it, you can upload your novel onto NaNoWroMo to have the word count checked, and you receive like a little certificate that says you completed it, right? Harmless, doesn't cost anybody anything. It's been going on for 25 years. Seems like there shouldn't be too much drama. Oh, but wait. So last week, in the last couple of weeks, NaNoWroMo released a statement that they don't take any particular stance on AI, which is kind of talking out of both sides of their mouths, because they are sponsored by ProWritingAid, which is an AI generative software. So they have to be pretty kind to the hand that feeds them. But then they also made the statement that fully outright condemning the use of AI is classist and ableist. And that's what's got the internet's knickers in a knot, because first of all, what the hell does that actually even mean? And second, it confounds the positive use of AI, and actually the positive use of predictive AI, which is what people who are disabled will use, or you've got a learning disorder, it helps with spelling, something along those lines. AI can be a positive thing. And then it confounds the use of predictive AI, which is helpful, with generative AI, which is not, because the way that generative AI works is they feed in, AI basically scrapes the internet for other people's work, takes it, makes it a word soup, and spits it back, which most people look at as ripping off other authors, and that's where it is not cool. So my own feeling about AI is that it limits creativity. It's not bad for producing lists of ideas, but in terms of actually writing something for you, it just absolutely misses the ball. I'll get back to that in a minute. So then, in the midst of all of this, one of the things that I found just completely, foot in mouth, an editor of, her name's Jeani, she's the editor of the horror zine, and she made a post that said, she says, well, I don't even know what NaNoWroMo is. It must be because I hang out with real writers. Oh, did this land her in some hot water. Now, to be fair, she did post an apology. She did say that she should have found out more before she decided to say anything about it, but damage was done by that point. So I mean, troll that I am, I had to ask, what exactly does constitute a real writer? So, my friends, just for fun, I decided to take one of the AI generating image generators that I've been playing with lately and type in a real writer and see what it spit back. And what it gave me was a young man sitting in front of a book, and the boy looks like a cross between Peter Brady. I thought a cross between Peter Brady and Lars Ulrich. Somebody else pointed out Timothy Chalamet with a bit of Frankie Muniz. So you can just picture this guy he's got this nice coiffed hair, and he's got a pen in one hand and an actual ballpoint growing out of the pointer finger of his other hand. And that's it. A real writer has ballpoint fingers. And if you don't, well, you just give up the goat now. So I thought that was pretty funny and, made light of a really silly, just an argument that doesn't even seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. AI is limited. AI scrapes other people's work, and that's not cool. And my personal feeling about AI, as an experiment, I asked AI to generate a script based on the question that I made a video about last week, which was 10 books that shaped me. 10 books I've read. And I dropped in 5 names. And the prompt was write a script, or, write a YouTube short script. Excuse me. Don't know why I yawned all of a sudden. Sorry about that. And it was write a YouTube short script based on, these are the 5 of the books that shaped me. And it was, Chronicles of Narnia, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. I don't remember. I think The Handmaid's Tale. I don't remember what the other ones were, but... And what it spit back was very generic. It talked about sparking the imagination and, a dystopian future. And it wasn't bad, but it was a very generic look at something that could, it probably pulled from the blurb of 100 different descriptions of these books. And the difference between, and granted, anybody I'm sure who watched the video and watched me ramble on for 29 minutes probably would have maybe found the AI bot more succinct, more interesting. But what it missed was simply that the purpose of asking the question, like, what are the books that shaped you? Each person that answers that question is going to have a personal set of stories and memories and feeling and nostalgia for the excitement of reading that AI doesn't know how to tap. AI doesn't have personal memories. AI never, sat on their dad's lap and tried to struggle with the words and then had that feeling of suddenly it all came together. And maybe someday AI will be sophisticated enough to mimic that sense, but we're a long way from that. I mean, all AI can really do is badly copy something that we're doing. And if that's enough for you, I'm really sorry that the depth of feeling isn't quite there. But as it is right now, AI just isn't something that we should be worried about replacing the art or the artist. I really want to see AI I want AI that will wash my dishes. It's AI that will automate work so that we have more time for creative pursuits and, all the things that make us human. And yeah, that's what I have to say, I guess. But NaNoWroMo, oh yeah, there was one other thing about NaNoWroMo that seriously sketchy. A lot of the I don't understand why the board of directors members are leaving now and didn't leave last year, or I think it was like a year and a half ago. Their board member was somehow, and you'll have to read more about it on the internet because this kind of made me ill. There was a young writers program, and he was introducing the young writers to groomer forums and really seriously sketchy, gross stuff. So yeah, no, that's not cool. But they covered it up, and it was only the teenagers seeing this was going on who raised the alarm and said, hey, this has to stop. And then, the guy got arrested and had to leave his post and everything. But ew, why didn't they do something more about it at the time, right? So yeah, they were already kind of in some black books at the time, and now the board of directors members are leaving, right? Well, and hey, who knows? Maybe someday we'll have an AI overlord that'll do a little bit better for us than some of the things that have been going on right now, right? All right. I don't have anything much more to say about that. I hope you're reading lots of horror. Have a great day.